All right, now we have our photo ready for printing. Let's go print it. So let's go to File, Print. You'll notice the shortcut is Control P. There's also three dots there that indicate that this is a dialog box coming up. And we have our printer dialog box comes up. And we notice that first it's a 7 inches by 5 inches. This is good so far. I go over to my middle column here. I can see that the printer selected is the Canon. Okay, if it wasn't, I would do this pull down menu and select it. Copies, 1. Yes, I only want 1 copy because what if the colors were off and I thought I was right? I don't want to waste ink, so that's not a good idea. We'll come back to this little setting in a second. Here, this is what usually happens. You'll see your photo and you'll go, well, wait a minute, I took the time to make it a 5 by 7. I did everything right. What's wrong? Usually that means you just have to change it from portrait to landscape, and that'll fix that problem. This is center the image on the paper. If I uncheck this, you can move it around if you want. But mine's going to be centered automatically because it fills up the whole 7 by 5. Except for as it's indicated here, which tells you scaled print size. So at 100%, I'm 5 height, 6.99999 width, with a print resolution at 300 ppi. This is good. So this is telling you what exactly I want. And this is why I like to take care of it in Photoshop first before I get to the print dialog box. Now I can scale it if I wanted to, and this will shrink it down to the 7 by 5, but it's already at 100%, so I don't have to worry about that. I could also change the scale, the height, and the width if I wanted to here. Now this bounding box is a box that goes around. If you uncheck this, you don't see the bounding box. The units are in inches. That's self-explanatory. Now let's go over to the right side. Here we have two options, output and color management. Output is for more of the commercial printing, not for the inkjet printing, so we're just going to be concerned with color management. You have two options here, document or proof. Usually you just leave it on document, and I have it in RGB 1998. It's a wide color gamut, and I just prefer to use that. Color handling. This is the tricky part. Now, this says Photoshop manages color. If you take the time to correct the image in Photoshop and you have it just the way you want it, then it's probably better that Photoshop prints it. So if you want Photoshop to manage the color and not your printer, you need to select Photoshop manages color, and then at any time, before you print, you go over to print settings, and this is for Windows, okay? I make sure that my photo paper glossy 2 is chosen, high, 5 by 7, and I go to my main tab. I want to make sure my print quality is high. My color intensity is manual. I go here and I click set. Then I go over to matching and I make sure it says none. This disables the driver for the printer and allows Photoshop to do its job. Now right here, this tells you I have a printer profile. Let me show you something real quick here. This is the printer profile that I normally had, but you can see that the image went a little bluish tint. That doesn't matter because there's different profiles that come with this printer. So let me select the second one. Ooh, what happened there? Well, you see gray all around this image. So what's going on? This is telling me I'm having a gamut warning. This is telling me that the printer is going to have a problem printing those certain types of colors. And this is where I would go back into Photoshop and then make sure I can fix this. But sometimes this gamut warning errs on the conservative side. I found for myself. That can be different for you, and that's why test prints will be very valuable. So I'm going to uncheck gamut warning. And then when I selected that one, that was nice. But let me select that one. I like this one better. And then we have a rendering intent. Most people use it on relative color metric or perceptual or saturation. Personally, I say highlight one, go through it, and see which one you like the best. Actually, the absolute color metric looks very nice, but I like the perceptual this time. Now, if you hover over this, this will give you an explanation also for each one. Now, this is a black point compensation. This allows you to see the detail in those shadow areas. And so most of the time, you're just going to leave this checked and don't even worry about it. All right. Now, if you go back over here to color handling, and you find that Photoshop is not if you find that your printer with the Photoshop managing color is not giving you the quality of the picture that you're looking for, I actually would suggest go back over here and say printer manages colors. Then you're going to go back over to your print settings. You're going to make sure everything is still the same. Then you're going to go back over here and you're going to say driver matching. Click OK and click OK. All right. Let me go back over the printer manages colors. There you go. And then I want to make sure I did what I did. So you have to do this twice. Okay, no, everything's fine. I don't know why that happened. Maybe I accidentally did that. Nope, see, yeah, that just happens. Okay, it's just one of those bugs. And then you'll notice that when the printer manages colors, these things will be grayed out. That's fine. Now you have some options here. You can cancel and say, well, I'll do this at another time. If you click done, these settings will be remembered so that next time this will come up automatically for you, which is really nice. And then once you're happy, you just click print and then that will print it. Now if you have these settings saved and you don't want to go through all this steps each time, you could just click, after you click done, you can go to File, Print One Copy, and when you do this, it bypasses the dialog box and goes straight through and prints it for you. But my suggestion is test your print, see how it looks, see which one looks better, and then go from there.